I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life.
None of we don't know where tomorrow might bring, cause the future the hours away. So me I live my life today. Me I live my life today. Yeah, so love me make me talk what I want for talk. Me have enough to say. So me go live my life today. Me go live my life today. So everybody else sing it out.
I am so excited to be here. I am so excited. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Whew, I am so excited to be here. I love that song. It's just all about loving your life. We're going to live our life today and love our life. And today you are going to love artificial intelligence. How many of you guys are with me? Say yes. Whew. And where are my mastermind members? Where are those mastermind members? Yeah. All right. You guys have taken so much action with AI. Wait till you see what we've got for you today. You ready? Say ready. All right. All right. So today we're going to talk about really amplifying your voice with AI. I'm going to show you so many tools and strategies and techniques. You're going to be writing books. You're going to be creating courses, all right? So here we go. ChatGPT, AI, artificial intelligence, it's everywhere. Conversations, so many conversations about it. This is the wave that we're on right now. And you guys are early adapters. You hear me? You're early adapters. And this is what I love about it, is that really leveraging it right now is so important. It's so important, right? So major companies jumping on boards, AI tools are appearing daily. How many of you are seeing all those AI tools? You're like, oh my gosh. But I'm going to show you the ones you need to pay attention to. That's what we're going to talk about today. And the times that we're in today, it reminds me of this time. Somebody make this noise for me. What's this noise here? Good job. It's like that AOL noise, right? And so we remember this time. I had to tell my mom, get off the phone so I can use the internet. Right? This is what it feels like now with AI. This is what it feels like now. Right? That's what it feels like now. But first, just tell you a little bit about me. Me and my sister Lorette, we're entrepreneurs. We've been speaking and traveling the world, teaching people how to leverage the power of the internet, and now we're all talking about artificial intelligence. Anybody recognize that TSP award right there? Yeah. Lamar, my coach. Thank you, Lamar. For the past year, we've been going all in on AI tools and ChatGPT to help us run our business and support our clients, just what people are saying about it. And I've been tagged the Queen of AI, so I wear that crown proudly. And recently did a TED Talk on AI cloning, which we're going to talk about AI cloning soon. And I'm going to show you how to clone yourself. And for those who are not on ChatGPT yet, anybody not on ChatGPT, raise your hand. It's okay. Raise your hand. All right. 1, 2, a few. Okay. That's all right. After today, you guys are all in. This is the website, chat.openai.com, and that is what the app looks like to make sure that you have it. Now, just to set the stage, the instructions that you give ChatGPT are called a prompt. So I'm going to be using that word a lot. It's called a prompt. It's called a what? A prompt, right? So the instructions on what you give it. And what can ChatGPT do? I like to call ChatGPT chatty, right? And so this is a tool that you have a relationship with. You and this tool are going to be working together. So as you're working with this tool, give it a name. I call mine Chatty. What do you call yours? I know some of you have names. Chatty Cathy or Chatty. You can adopt Chatty as well. So ChatGPT is so great at answering your questions, creating content for you, giving you advice, being your assistant, and so much more. But today, it's going to be your new best friend, your BFF, all right? And I'm going to start off today by talking about time. And here's the reason why you need to pay attention as well to AI tools. The amount of time that you will save, the amount of time that it will cut down for you. This is where you're going to have your biggest aha moments. So for me, let me give you an example. It takes me about 2 hours to write a blog post. Anybody in here ever written a blog post? How much time does it take you? Tell me. 2 hours, days. Some of you don't even write them because it's just too much. Who is that right there? Yeah, you're like me. Admit it. I don't even do it. But ChatGPT, once properly trained, can write your blog post for you in seconds, 52 seconds. It can write a blog post for you. I did a test, and I wrote a blog post. It took me 2 hours to write the blog post. And then I did those same 2 hours and said, how many blog posts can I write with ChatGPT? And I wrote 24 blog posts with ChatGPT, and the time it would take me to write one. Right? One. Time. So important to all of us as business owners, right? But the most important thing to know is garbage in, garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out. So many of you are putting garbage in, and you're getting garbage out, and you say the tool doesn't work. No, the tool works. You don't work it right. And I'm going to teach you how to work it right. So let's ask ChatGPT to do something for us. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write an article about living your best life. This is me just opening up a session in ChatGPT and saying, write an article about living your best life, right? So here's the article as it comes back. And it says, living your life, best life, unveiling the path to fulfillment and joy. In the relentless pace of modern living, the quest to live our best life often takes a back seat. It gets buried under the monotonous cycle of work, responsibilities, and the pursuit of material accomplishments. Now, the content isn't incorrect, but what is it? Somebody say it. Boring. The content isn't incorrect, but it is boring. And so it goes on, and it says, the journey of self-improvement. Make self-reflection a regular practice. It helps you identify the areas where you can improve and grow. Again, not incorrect, but very boring. This is what we consider generic robotic writing, and you're never going to do this again, generic robotic writing. And what I did was I put this into a tool called Content at Scale. So if you're looking for a good AI detector, it's Content at Scale, and then they have an AI detector on their site. So it came back and said that the content only had a human probability. It's only 38% probability that it's human written content. Not good, right? 38%. So contentatscale.ai, it's the tool that I use, free AI detector if you want to check it out. And it says based on the 580 words, it's robotic. It reads robotic. Then it says, did you write it yourself? Because if you did, you're very machine-like and you sound robotic. And here's what I want to tell everybody, stop it! Stop writing the generic robotic writing. I want you to say it to your neighbor. Say, stop it! Stop it! Good job. And now we're going to get into how you can write your book, your blog post, your articles. How many of you want to write your next book? Right? This is one of mine, right? ChatGPT can write your book for you in record time. Here's the one that ChatGPT and I wrote together. And ChatGPT made easy. It took a day to write an entire book, right? A day. Probably if I counted up the hours, it was probably 3 hours, me and Chatty working together to get this book done. So now I'm going to give you the secret code to having ChatGPT be your ghostwriter. You ready? Say ready. Here we go. Here's the prompt. I would like for you to write for me as my ghostwriter. I will be giving you my bio and 2 transcripts or 2 articles that I have written. Here's the thing. I'm a speaker and trainer first and foremost. So for my ghostwriter to learn my style and tone, I'm going to give my ghostwriter transcripts of presentations or teachings that I've done. My favorite tool to get this transcribed is at otter.ai, OTTER.ai. Another AI tool, of course, OTTER.ai, and it will transcribe your speeches for you. So for me, I'm going to be uploading transcripts. For the writers in the room, where are the writers in the room? Yes, you're going to upload articles or content you've already written. And then I say, so that you can learn about me and learn my writing and teaching style and tone, so that you can write for me, as me, do you understand? Right? Do you understand? And so what I'm asking ChatGPT, when I ask it, do you understand, it will come back and tell me that it understands, and then it will tell me what I want it to do. So now I can make sure that my assistant is doing it correctly. Got it? Say got it. Got it. And so now ChatGPT says yes. I can write your content for you in your style and tone. Go ahead and give me the transcripts and the bios. And then it says so that I can emulate you. I'm like, yes, yes. My staff has never asked me if they can emulate me, right? How can they get work done better? So here we go. I created a folder on my computer. It's called Training Chatty, and I have my bio in text format and the 2 pieces of content that I'm going to upload, right? Training 1 and Training 2. So now I said, okay, here's my bio, and I give ChatGPT my bio, and now it has my bio. And then I tell ChatGPT, now I'm going to give you a transcript. And then I give it transcript 1 and transcript 2. And here's what ChatGPT says. Thank you for sharing the transcript of your podcast episode. This gives me good insight into your conversational and informative style of presenting information. When you're ready, please provide the second transcript. I'm like, yes, I will. And I give it the second transcript. And then here's the next prompt. How would you describe my writing style and tone? How would you describe my content style to someone who wanted to write exactly like me? What phrases do I often use? How do I usually start off a conversation? And how do I end a conversation, etc.? So now I'm asking ChatGPT to tell me my writing style and tone. It's almost impossible for you to look at your writing style and tone and to write about it and say how you are. Plus, ChatGPT is very, very complimentary, right? So if you ever have a bad day, be like, could you describe my writing style and tone? Tell me what you thought about my article, and it will be complimentary. But it's telling me right now what my writing style and tone is. It's pulling out everything that it got from the 2, what did I upload? Yeah, bio and transcripts. So it's analyzing the transcript. So it tells me that my writing style and tone is conversational and friendly. Your style is very conversational, engaging the audience as if you were talking to a friend. This is seen in phrases like, hey, hey, and addressing the audience directly. And then it goes on to the content style. Your content encourages listeners to explore and creatively interact with AI tools, because all the content that I gave it was around AI. So think about this. What you want it to write about in your niche, those are the articles or the transcripts that you're going to give it. So to help the tool understand you even deeper, give it the content that you specifically teach on, speak on, write on, all right? So now it says phrases I often use, starting and ending a conversation. You start conversations with the energetic greeting, hey, hey, which I do. Hey, hey, this is Alicia, if you've ever seen any of my trainings, by a direct address to the audience. And then it says I always say bye for now at the end of my training. And that's what I had done in the 2 that I had uploaded. So it said, to write exactly like you, someone would need to adapt a conversational tone with a friendly and approachable manner of addressing the audience. They would also benefit from incorporating instructive narratives that guide listeners through complex concepts in a straightforward and engaging way. If you know my training and teaching style, does this sound right? Is it getting it pretty on? Absolute. Thank you. Thank you. Right? And so it's understanding my style and tone. Now, here is the key. I'm telling ChatGPT, rewrite this in the first person as if I'm describing this to my ghostwriter. This has made all the difference because ChatGPT now will be your ghostwriter. It's going to write everything for you. Everything. Right? Got it? So now this is writing it in the first person. It's just describing it in the first person, so as if I'm describing it to my ghostwriter. And so now I asked ChatGPT to write an article for me about living your best life after it's been trained on my style and tone. You ready to see the results? Are you ready? Yeah. All right, let's go. Hey, hey, everyone, it's Alicia. Where is it getting that from? What? So is this dramatically different start than the last article? Yes or no? Yes. Right. And then it keeps going on. But let's look at the sentence that I have the second arrow. Okay, I'll keep reading. Today, we're venturing a tad bit off the beaten path from our usual digital landscape and dabbling into a topic that's equally vital, living your best life. Here's the thing. Why did it talk about digital landscape? It didn't talk about that in the first article. Why did it talk about digital landscape? That's what I usually talk about, digital landscape. And so now we're going down to the bottom, where the other arrow is, and it says, from the halls of the White House to the bustling digital highways. How's it bringing in the White House? My bio. I uploaded my bio. When you upload your bio, upload the bio that your mom is most proud of you for, right? It's that bio that talks about all your accomplishments, because ChatGPT will tie that in to your content, and now it is so uniquely you. Do you see that? See, I see it. I see it. And so as it continues going, it says, all right, here's the deal. Like, it's a different style and tone of talking. Let's look at the ending. Thanks for being here. And as always, I appreciate your time and your eagerness to grow and learn with me. Until next time, keep shining and living your best life. Bye for now. That's how I end it. Very different. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if you're clapping for me or ChatGPT, but I'll take it. Thank you so much. So, bingo, we did it. What did we just do? What did we just do with that? We created a ghostwriter, but we've also cloned ourselves, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. So now I'm going to put that article, this new article, into content at scale, and what do you think it's going to come back as? Somebody tell me. 190. Who said 80? Get out of the room. Get out of the room. Someone come get him. 100%. 100%. The probability that the content is written by a human now comes back as 100%. Did I write it though? No. I've just taught ChatGPT how to write for me and as me, as my ghostwriter in my style and tone. Now, imagine what's possible for you. Somebody tell me what you're going to write now. Books, articles, newsletters, courses. I love you, courses. Yes, yes. Right? Sky's the limit for you now. And how fast can you produce it? As fast as you can type in the prompt to ChatGPT after you've trained it. So as I wrote this book with ChatGPT, right? I'm writing this book with ChatGPT. I'm still putting in what I want it to write about and the content that I want it to write, but it's writing it at record speed in my style and tone, and that's what's important. Tracy Lynn, I helped her write her most recent book with ChatGPT. And every time when I was on Zoom with her, we worked together with ChatGPT. And as she was creating the book, I would ask her for her what? Her story. So ChatGPT was trained on who she was and made an outline, and then she has a chapter on women in entrepreneurship and women as leaders. So I said, tell me a story that was, with women leadership when you first realized you were seen as a leader to the women in your organization. She told me that story. I put it in sloppy bullet points to ChatGPT, and it wrote it as this beautiful story. And so if you look at the Zoom recordings of me and Tracy on Zoom, she'd be like, dang, that's exactly what I would say. How did it do that? It's because it's writing in your style and tone. The whole book is done from just working with ChatGPT on your style and tone. Now, here is the kicker. Oh, yeah, we've cloned ourselves. Yeah, good, right? We've cloned ourselves. Here's the kicker. ChatGPT now has something called custom instructions. So when you're in ChatGPT and you're going to go into your account, you're going to click on your email address at the very bottom of the screen. And then you're going to look for the words custom instructions. What are the words? Custom instructions. Right. You're going to open up custom instructions, and at the top, you're going to put in your bio. And at the bottom, you're going to put in your writing style and tone that ChatGPT gave you in the first person, right? As if you were describing it to a ghostwriter. Now, ChatGPT's custom instructions will tell you to put in something different. In the top, it says, tell us about you and put in your hobbies. What do you like to do? Forget that. Put in your best bio. Everybody in this room, you're all speakers, coaches, trainers. Put in your best bio, and that's how you'll get the best results. At the bottom, it tells you to put in how you want ChatGPT to write. So it's like, do you want short or long sentences? Don't ignore what it says. Do not follow what ChatGPT says, follow what I'm saying, and put in your ghostwriters, the instructions to your ghostwriter there in your style and tone. And everything you produce from here on out, every new session that you open up with ChatGPT, it will write for you as you. And this is a new feature that it has custom instructions. So that bottom button right there, that bottom green button, you turn it on, and for every new chat you open up, whatever you tell it to do, it will write in your style and tone. Right? Right in your style and tone. Now, if you're doing work for someone else or you're writing a proposal, you don't necessarily want your style and tone, turn it off. I've written grant proposals and they start off, hey, it's Alicia. You do not want that. So turn off custom instructions, all right? Anybody in here, if you do grant proposals or anything like that, you want ChatGPT to write in a technical and academic style and tone. Write that down if that's you. Because it does grant proposals so well, RFPs, those kind of things, but you have to tell it to write in technical and academic style and tone. So combine the two. Don't just say a technical style and tone and an academic. Say a technical and academic style and tone. That's where I get the best results, all right? So, as speakers, coaches, you guys need articles, blog posts, newsletters, reports, white papers. This will help to streamline your content creation, generate ideas, and ensure a consistent voice and tone across everything that you're creating, all right? And your emails, your press releases, your social media content, done. Say done. Done. Your scripts, your speeches, your books, your business plans, your grant proposals, your requests for proposals on bids, case studies you need in your business, done, right? Now, how many of you are like, I need it all. I need all of it. I need it all. I need it all, yeah. So let's create a newsletter really quickly. So a lot of us don't send out emails or create those newsletters because it takes time. But what you can do with ChatGPT, after it's trained on you, you can tell it to create your newsletter and tell it the different sections of your newsletter that you want, and boom, it'll create your newsletter for you in one go. So I'm telling ChatGPT to create a newsletter for my clients who are AI consultants, and then I give it the 4 sections of the newsletter I want it to create. Alicia's Corner, it's going to write up something about me. And then the next one is what's new in AI, and it will write up something, what's new in AI. And then we've got tips for AI consultants. It's writing my whole newsletter for me. This happened 38 seconds. I was done. 38 seconds with my newsletter. Of course, everything AI gives you, you go back and you edit and you put your own spin in it. You get your newsletters done, all done, right? Let's talk about the capabilities of ChatGPT, and we're going to dig in a little bit deeper. And we have Coach Cass in the room. Coach Cass, yeah. Come up front for a second for me. We're going to use her as our voluntold. I just told her at the last minute that she's been volunteered, so she's voluntold. And we're going to use her as our example. Give her a round of applause, by the way. Give her a round of applause. She didn't have a choice, but give a round of applause for that. So here is the prompt that Coach Cass is going to put into ChatGPT. I'm a speaker, and my name is Coach Cass. And I will be doing a workshop with 10 women. The workshop will be focused on becoming the best version of yourself to attract your soulmate. Does that sound like a good workshop? Yeah. What are some activities that I could do in the workshop? So Coach Cass, as you know, does all these workshops and summits and activities, but she is busy, so we can give her a little bit of help with ChatGPT, right? Yeah, sounds good. How many of you ladies would love that workshop? You're like finding yourself. Oh, did you look right there? Record that. There's your clients. Hands up one more time. Did you get it now? Good, yes. So here she is putting it into ChatGPT. It's really me, but here she is. So it says, hey, Coach Cass. Why does it say that? It's writing as me, right? So it's now outlining the different activities that she could do with these 10 women. Do you see that? So now, what does this do to brainstorming time? Cuts it down to nil, right? Seconds, right? Seconds. So it's doing that. So let's look at some of these activities, and she can tell us if they're reasonably good. You can create a personal vision board, and then now it says start with having each participant create a vision board. Affirmation creation, role playing, journey mapping, the mirror exercise, gratitude journaling, the energy exchange circle. I read that one. I was like, ooh, that sounds interesting. So we're going to use that one as the example. Barrier breakdown, a ChatGPT inspired activity. Why did it come up with a ChatGPT inspired activity? Because my custom instructions are on, right? So I left this in here as an example to remind you that if you're doing the work for someone else, then you need to turn off your custom instructions. You see how it's pulling in me into that, right? Okay, and so at the bottom it says, remember, Coach Cass, the key to a successful workshop lies in creating a safe and open space for sharing and growing. You're like, thank you, Chatty, for being so nice to me. And so here it is, giving her the different things here. And then so I asked, the energy exchange circle. My prompt to ChatGPT was, outline it for me step by step. I don't want to have to think about it. You tell me what to do in this energy exchange circle. So now it told her exactly what to do. Step 1, set up the space. Choose a spot where everyone can stand comfortably in a circle. Keeps going. The welcoming and grounding. Keeps going. The introduction and purpose. Right? I didn't go on the next page, but it kept going and gave all the instructions to her on how to do the activity. Right? You love it. I'll send it to you. So now Coach Cass is like, you know what? I need some additional stuff. Give me more. Say, give me more. Give me more. So now I say, I would like to turn this into a 30-day challenge that they can do at home. How can this be transformed into something they can do at home? We could think about it and do it ourselves, but let me just tell you something. From here on out, you ask Chatty first. The minute you start thinking, Coach Cass is like, now I want to turn that into a 30-day challenge they can do at home, right? Ask Chatty first. Coach Cass, say ask Chatty first. Ask Chatty first. Good job. So now ChatGPT is giving her the 30-day challenge, writing it all out, the objective, the materials that are needed. Here are the daily activities that they need to do. Done. Say done. Done. Right? And so here's the weekly themes, and then it tells her the completion celebration. It's thorough. It knows this is an activity. Let's have a completion celebration. And then the continuation. Remind participants that while the formal challenge has ended, the practice of energy exchange can be a lifelong journey. So good, what you need to remind them. Yeah. And then Chatty says, there you have it, Coach Cass, a 30-day challenge that promotes personal growth, productivity, and meaningful connections. But we're not done yet. So now I say, rewrite this into an assignment so that I can give it to them as a handout and sign it from me, Coach Cass. Because I'm not going to put it in handout format, right? It gave me the assignment, but you go back to ChatGPT, what it tells you to do, and you say, no, you do it. Let's practice on three. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to say it. On 3, we're going to say, no, you do it. 1, 2, 3. No, you do it. Don't point at me. We're pointing at the screen. It's okay, right? She was like, you do it. It's okay. All right. So here is the handout now. It created the whole handout for her. And materials needed, this is the handout that now she can just print and give it to them at the workshop. They're going home with their 30-day challenge. Is that good? Yes. But now we have a question for Coach Cass. What is she going to do while ChatGPT is doing all this work for her?
I'm going to be on the beach, right?
You are! She is. Thank you, Coach Cass. Give her a round of applause. I texted her last night and I was like, I forgot to tell you, by the way, you're in my presentation. I have a picture of you. And what was her response? I hope it looks cute. I said, it sure does. Right? So now we're back to this. Time. If you can get all of this done, your workshop outlines, your handouts, done by ChatGPT, what does that mean to you? What does it mean to you? Get it back. Yeah. What would you do at that time? Everybody's on the beach. Or create more, So let's talk about some more tools. We're going to dive into some more tools. Are you ready? Say ready. Ready. I've given you the basis for ChatGPT. And when you know how to train it and use it, it's yours now. It's yours. It's your best assistant. Spend the $20 a month. Get the upgraded version. It can browse the internet now, browse with Bing. I'm going to take questions at the end, so hang on. Browse with Bing. It can do so much more. Plugins, all this kind of stuff. So make sure that you get the pro version. Spend that $20. So here's a tool that's really good for you. I'm just jumping into some more tools, and then we'll do a Q&A session. But this one I love. It's called fireflies.ai. So you can add it to your Zoom meeting and different meetings that you're having, and it takes notes for you. It also will give you your meeting summaries for you, so it'll summarize the meeting. And what I love is that you can also search in the meeting notes. So now you can go back and search for something that your coach said to you. So Coach Andy told you something and you forgot. Shame on you. But guess what? You have your AI assistant Fireflies. You just go search in there, and it will pull that up for you. So Fireflies is a good one. It also will transcribe everything, so you can download the transcript of the session. Yep. All right. The next one I love. It's called AI PDF. So this is a plugin. Say plugin. Right. This is a plugin in ChatGPT. So I'm in GPT-4, as you can see right there, and I chose AI PDF. And now I can upload a PDF. So it's going to tell you to use their drive, like a Google Drive, to upload your documents. Their drive is at myaidrive.com, myaidrive.com. You upload your PDF. You get a link for it. And now ChatGPT can work with your PDF. So I've done things like taken a 100-page request for proposals. Somebody wants us to do something for them. Put it into ChatGPT, and I've said, summarize the complete proposal for me, and it will summarize it. And then I say, pull out the scope of work, and give me the scope of work in detail. And it will pull out the scope of work. And it will tell you what page number the different things are on as well in there. So, again, time. Say time. Time. I had one of my students, Susan, she's not in this room, so I'm going to talk about it. Hopefully she never sees the recording of this session, but she asked me to write the foreword for her book. And I'm like, time, I don't really have the time to write the foreword for your book. So what I did was I uploaded it to AIPDF.com. First I asked it to summarize the book. So, why are you laughing so hard? She's like, oh no, she didn't. Yes, I did. So I asked it to summarize the book. And then I said, my custom instructions were on, so it's writing in my style and tone. And I said, please write a foreword for this book. Susan is my friend. I've known her for years. She's transformational. Talk about that. And I pressed go. And it wrote a better foreword than I would ever write in my entire life. I could have spent 10 hours trying to write this one page, and it still wouldn't be as good as ChatGPT. Right? Right? I sent it to her, and she sent me chocolates back in the mail. Right? I was like, oh, anybody else need a foreword for their book? I got you. I got you. Let's go. Let's go. So a lot of us create presentations. So let's say you create a presentation, but now you need to know what to say on each slide for that presentation. Don't even create the script yourself. No, no, no. ChatGPT is going to do that for you. You do it. Thank you. Angela, right? You get a gold star. So, example, John Tallarico's in the room. He is working on a project called 8%. So he's talking about how only 8% of people who are millionaires, only 8% of them are Black Americans. So he's doing a documentary on this. John, good job. This is John in the back. Stand up for a second, John, right? Yep. So good job on doing that documentary, John. And so when I saw John's slides, the first thing I said was like, you need some AI tools to make it look a little bit better, but I want to help him with his script for this presentation. So what did I do? I uploaded it to AI PDF. So here's what you do. Uploaded it to myaidrive.com. I entered that URL into ChatGPT, and the prompt that I gave it was, going slide by slide, please create a script that I can read on camera while going through the PowerPoint and indicate what goes with which slide. Right? So if you have PowerPoint slides, how many of you do your PowerPoints before you got the script done, right? You take your PowerPoints, you upload it, and then you tell ChatGPT to write the whole speech for you in your style and tone. All right? So here it is, slide number 1, slide number 2, slide number 3, slide number 4 is telling him what to say on each slide. So I did a TEDx talk recently. I was telling you that in the beginning. And so TEDx asked me for an outline for my presentation. So of course I go to ChatGPT. I mean, I'm doing an AI talk, so I think that that's okay. I go to ChatGPT and I tell ChatGPT that I'm doing a TEDx talk. which ChatGPT knows that should be 18 minutes in length. And then I tell ChatGPT, what makes a winning TEDx talk? The most popular ones, what is the formula? So it tells me what the most popular TEDx talks of all time are, and then it gives me what the formula is. And then I say, great, I would like for you to create an outline for my TEDx talk on this topic following that formula. Boom, the talk comes out. And then I go back to it and I said, please put this in timeline format so I know where to go during the 18 minutes. And so it puts it in timeline format. It's like from minute 1 to 2, you do your introduction. From minute 2 to 4, you do your story, right? So it told me to do my story and how to tie in the story. And then I went back to it and I said, well, here's my story. Here's these things that I'm going to talk about. Now create the whole talk for me. And it created the whole talk for me. And then I went back to it because I didn't have the slides yet. And I said, now that you've created the whole talk for me, told me what to say on each slide, tell me what image to put on those slides. So it's like image 5, the story you talk about your dad, put a picture of you and your dad, something that's emotional, especially if you have one of him looking at you. I'm like, what? I do have one. And that's what I put on the slide. It will tell you what to put on each slide. All right? So when I sent my outline over to TEDx, showing them what I was going to talk about in the minute outline, they wrote back and said, this is the best we've ever gotten from a speaker. I was like, yes, right? Thank you. If I could have tipped ChatGPT, I would have, but he's happy with his $20 a month, and I'm happy, so we keep going. Got it? Right? Got it? All right. So now, how many of you in here are ready for your TEDx talk, right? As Andy gets you ready for your talk, you go to ChatGPT and use what you've been trained to do, and you start to put in your story that he's trained you to write. You start to put all that in. And now you can pitch it to TEDx. Go to their website and submit what you're going to talk about. Don't wait for them to call you. Call them. All right? Got it? All right. So it just keeps going on and on here for John. And there we go. So it's done. It told him everything to do on his slides. So now, let's say that you're a coach and you're doing one-on-one consultations with clients. When I've done this, the hardest thing for me is to do the follow-up. The money's in the follow-up. So much is in the follow-up. Follow-up is hard for me. Anybody else with me? Raise your hand if it's follow-up is hard. But here's what you do at ChatGPT. So I say here, I'm a coach and my name is, you put your name there. Tell me what your name is. That's right. So that's what you're going to put in there. And this is the date you met with your client. I met with my coaching client, put the name there. Write an encouraging email to my coaching client that has a recap of our notes. It has the action items in it and lets them know that I look forward to our next meeting. And then you put the date of the next meeting there. Then write 2 follow-up emails that I could send as reminders of our session and give them some homework or action items. I'm not going to think about it. You think about it, ChatGPT. You assign it. Sign it as me. Today is today's date. Please create a subject line for each email. And then you say, here are my notes. And I put in my notes as bullet points. All right? And then what happens? Email 1 done, email 2 done, email 3 done, right? And then you ask ChatGPT, tell me what day to send each email. And it will know based on today's date and the date of your next session. It will tell you, send this on October 15th, October 21st, and October 29th, because your meeting is on October 30th. Right? You don't even have to think. It'll tell you when to send it. And then if you use Google, Google has a scheduling tool, so you just upload it to the scheduling tool. Questions? 1 minute, 1 minute. Almost ready for you. The next one is gamma.app, Gamma.app. I'm using the free version. I'm going to show you the free version. This tool allows you to create PowerPoint presentations with giving it 1 sentence. Let's look. So once you're in Gamma.app, it says, do you want to generate a presentation? This is you giving it a short description of what you want to generate. We're going to use Coach Cass as an example again. Or text transform. So text transform is when ChatGPT has written your outline for your slides already. You know what you want. You put it in there, and it will create a presentation based on your content. The other one, the generate, is AI creating the content and the PowerPoint slides, all right? So let's look. So I say, Create the soulmates traits list. Attracting love through something, whatever. So it's creating the presentation. So now it's saying pick a theme. So I picked a theme, and then watch this. Someone time it. The soulmate traits list. Attracting love through self-respect. It's going too fast. Create the soulmate trait. I can't even read it. It's going so fast. Self-awareness, fulfilling, done. Done. Right? All I did was give it one sentence. It's going to do it again. One sentence. It creates the outline first. You can edit that outline and say, no, I want this in it, or I want you to add these 5 things. And then pick, do you want it to generate the presentation, or are you going to give it the content? And press go. Press go. This is the free version of the tool. Are you okay? Are you sure? She's like, looks mad. Why do you look so mad? Okay. In amazement. All right, I love it. I love it. Are you guys enjoying this so far? Yes. All right, good. All right, all right. So now you get to the share page. First of all, those of you who have brand colors and themes, you can go into the theme section and upload your brand colors, your special fonts, and it will use those in creating your presentation. But right here, it says export to PDF or export to PowerPoint. So you can export it, and now it's on your computer. You can also, while it's creating the presentation, when it's done, those images that it creates, I usually replace them. It has a generate a new image with AI. It will generate an AI image for you. You tell it what you want, 2 people holding hands on the beach in the sunset in Jamaica under a palm tree. It will create it for you, right? AI images. So you tell it to generate the new image with AI. Got it? Yes. All right. So the next one is ElevenLabs. We're going to have some fun. ElevenLabs is what I love to use to clone my voice. So what I've done is I've intentionally recorded 2 audios to upload to ElevenLabs. Follow me on this. Do not upload audios that you've already done, your past podcast episodes. Intentionally record audios on how you want your AI voice to sound. So when I first uploaded audios, and I saw a lot of people saying their audios didn't sound so much like them, I'm like, what if I intentionally think about what I want my clone to sound like? I want her to be enthusiastic and excited. I want her to sound nice. So I went to the microphone, and I'm like, hey, it's Alicia. And I was happier than normal, right? Intentionally record the audios. They don't even need to be longer than 2 or 3 minutes. Do 2 audios, upload it to ElevenLabs.io, and you can clone your voice. What am I doing with my voice clone right now? So my team is creating content for me without me. So they have access to my ElevenLabs account, and they will find something that's trending, or they watch my trainings. They'll recreate a quick 60-second video, and they'll put the script of what's happening in the video in ElevenLabs. They'll get my cloned voice, add it to the video, and they're done, right? So while I'm doing something, my clone is working hard for me on social media, right? Here's the thing. I was stuck for years at maybe getting 20,000 views on a video if I begged my mom to share with her friends, right? And so I wasn't getting all the views. All of a sudden, I saw that my videos were starting to go viral, 1 million views, right? 500,000 views. I'm like, what's going on? And I go to my page to look at it, and it's my cloned voice who's outperforming me 100 to 1. What in the world is going on? It makes you feel a way as a speaker, but it's okay, because now you're generating content. My team is now on different platforms where they're creating about 3 to 4 reels a day. I would never be able to keep up with that pace, but my clone can. She is amazing, right? She can do amazing things. We're gonna listen to my cloned voice next. You guys ready to hear this? Yeah, you ready? All right, so, this just shows here, this was probably about a week into it. We're at 1.5 million views. I've gotten 10,000 shares on it, thousands of comments on this video right here. Here it is. Make sure the audio.
Here's how I created 100 social media posts in under 5 minutes using Canva's AI tools. First, go to Canva and then go to Doc. On the document, click the plus button and then click Magic Write. Type in a prompt that's suited for your social media brand. In our case, I'll type 100 short, inspiring quotes. Canva's Magic Write will generate it for you. Now, the next step is to copy it all, go back to Canva's homepage, and then select a social media template you'd like to use. Go to Apps, go down until you find Bulk Create. Click on Enter Data Manually. Rename the top part with quotes. Click on column number 1, and then paste our quotes. And then click Done. Lastly, right-click on the text, and then look for Connect Data, and then select Quotes. On the left side, click Continue, and then once you've seen the quotes, hit Generate. There you go. Now you have created 100 posts for your social media in under 5 minutes. Was this helpful? Follow us for more.
All right. Yes, thank you. I will come over here and bow for my clone. Yeah, thank you very much. But this is the power of what we can do. There's a lot of times where I don't want to show up on camera. I don't want to get on my microphone. I have moods, right? Any ladies know what I'm talking about? Yeah, moods? Yeah, we have moods. The guys, you can raise your hand too if you have moods, right? But here's the thing. Your AI never is in a bad mood, always willing to do whatever you want. I asked ChatGPT one day, I said, are you in the mood to write some more articles for me? And ChatGPT responded and said, I'm always ready to write articles for you. Give me what you need and let's take on the next assignment. I'm like, let's go, And so the times that we're in today, this is my 23rd year as an entrepreneur working for myself. I've always been addicted to tools, but never have I seen a more transformative time for us as right now. Right? Do not let this time go by without you leveraging every piece of it, everything that you can. Learn the tools, get into it, because this has the potential to blow up your business bigger than you've ever imagined. You got it? All right. Yeah. All right, the next tool is called Perplexity.ai. And I'm not playing the video for you because this video is only for mastermind members. So mastermind members, you have a special mastermind training that Andy will be getting. And I will be doing a special training for the mastermind members on this. And this is why. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You want to hear it all? All right. So the one thing that I love about Perplexity is when you know how to use it right, it becomes the best research tool for you. So I went to Perplexity and I put in a prompt in Perplexity, and what I'm looking for you all as speakers are opportunities. Say opportunities. Here's some of the opportunities Perplexity gave me back. Let me start with this last one here. So there is a call for speakers. And it says, here's what they're looking for. Our speakers' stories are the main attraction. They're looking for speakers who can tell their stories. Does anybody know speakers who can tell their stories? Anyone? Anyone? Right. But Googling to look for this information, I didn't find it. But I don't Google anymore. I Perplexity, right? And so knowing how to use the tool and what to tell it, mastermind members will have a whole session on it. Thank you for the applause. It will put speaking gigs at your fingertips. Not only does it do that, but it gives you the link to go and apply on the call for speakers page. Right? It gives you the link to apply. So then I'm asking Perplexity for more, and it's giving me different conferences that are coming up. So here's one. It's called the Spirit of Women in Business 2024. And they're looking for speakers from diverse professional backgrounds. Right? So then we've got the 2024 California Conference for Women. They have a call for speakers coming up. It gave me their webpage to go to. The Leadership Conference for Women, Women in Publishing 2024, Women in Business Networking 2024. The list just keeps going on and on with all the opportunities. It can even find virtual opportunities for you to apply for. So virtual stages to get on. And then in my training, I'm showing the mastermind members how to now respond to the call for speakers to make sure that you get it, to make sure that they're calling down your phone so that you can get those opportunities, right? When you know how to use AI, what you want is right at your fingertips. It's right there. It's right there. All right. So Lamar, where's Lamar? Oh, there's Lamar right there. So Lamar posted on social media that he's looking for events to sponsor, and that. So I went to Perplexity, and I said specifically what Lamar was looking for. He was looking for events to sponsor, but I added something in there. I think he said, black business owners, but I said black entrepreneurs and black business owners. And it came back and gave me all of the conferences that Lamar should sponsor and why, right? The audience is perfect for him to grow TSP. So, great that he went to Facebook to ask people, because now he's getting a lot of recommendations as well. But the AI tool specifically gave me the conferences and why. Right, and specific to his niche. So we've got the 2024 Black Professionals Expo. It went on to give me 17 other events and conferences. It talked about HubSpot and what they have going, the Black Travel Summit, the Black Women's Expo, the Black Enterprise Entrepreneur Summit, and then it gave me a UK Black Business Show that he should sponsor. On and on. The Black Business Month, which is celebrated in August 2024. It's a month-long event. And then it gives him the link to go look at everything that's happening for the month, Black Enterprise 40 under 40, and then it gives me the virtual events that he should sponsor, right? And the ones that are online and that he should pay attention to, right? How powerful is that, right? So now, as speakers, we don't wait for opportunities to come to us. AI delivers them at a click. Say click. Click. AI delivers them at a click. Imagine what that could do for you. Imagine. How many speaking gigs are you now going to have next year? Yeah. More than you can handle. More than you can handle. Imagine if it's delivered right to you. It's delivered right to you. And then, right? And then you can have AI write the response for you. And you tell AI, write it to make sure that I win. There's a special formula. Mastermind members, I'll teach you. But you can write it to make sure that you win. So a lot of people are asking me and my sister, how are you guys winning all these grants and proposals that you're applying for now? And I'm like, because we're smart. We're using AI, right, to do it. And we all need to be smarter in everything that we are doing. I'm going to ask you to come up in just a minute. Not yet, just a minute. So, the last thing that I'm going to show you here is that you can actually go to ChatGPT, and in the drop-down, they have something called data analysis, and you can ask it to do different things for you. It's like a junior programmer on your team, but doesn't cost you anything more. So I asked it, create a QR code for this URL, alicialyttle.com/Andy, and this is where you go in and do it in advanced data analysis, and it will create the QR code for you. You can actually see it working. And it's using Python coding, and it creates it for you, gives you a download link for it. And so now, when I'm done speaking at the end of the presentation, I can put the QR code on the screen so that the audience can download the gifts that I have for them. Everything's so much easier now, right, with AI. With AI. So we have a few minutes for questions, but how'd you guys enjoy the presentation? You learned something? Did you learn something? Yes? Good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But I'd like to start off before we get to the questions. Renetta, would you get to the mic, please? Renetta's in the mastermind, and she was on the session that I did with the mastermind members. Is that in the portal, Andy? Is that session in the portal for new members? Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, all right. So Renetta was on one of those sessions, and she came up to me on the first day and told me some of the things that she had accomplished. And I just want you to listen to her. Everybody look over here. I want you to listen to her because it's inspirational what she's been able to do. Go!
Okay, so
introduce yourself first.
I'm Dr. Renetta, the finisher. Period. Okay, so I came up to Alicia because I was so excited. Andy, I always tell you, every time you have somebody on your stage, I'm going to join the mastermind again. So just real quick, I have create, so my mother-in-law passed away, and I knew I had little nieces and nephews that I would have to explain death to, so I went in and started thinking. I asked ChatGPT what I could tell them about death. I started discovering, this sounds like a book, so I went in and created a whole book full of explanations for children about grief, including coloring pages so they could color their emotions, and journals so they could write out their feelings.
Give her a round of applause for that. Amazing.
When my mother-in-law died, my sister-in-law was too emotional to do the obituary, so I went in ChatGPT and asked it to create an obituary so I could write out my mother-in-law's life. And I also did a tribute to her, which everyone loved. Thank you, Chatty. I also I was helping to teach a course. My teacher that I was helping with said, hey, if you come in tomorrow with an offer, you can offer it to the members of this class. I went in 24 hours later, I asked ChatGPT to help me to bridge AI with the technique, the therapy technique we were teaching, and I had an offer on the table. Somebody brought the offer. I went back to ChatGPT and said, now write the course. I sold the course, and now they're in it.
Woo! Give her a round of applause.
Last thing, I was going to give the person back the money because I was like, I don't feel like creating this course. I just don't feel like thinking. And because I'm in a mastermind and my plan B was taken over to say I'm going to give this person their money back, somebody in the mastermind said, no, your plan A is going to go back and use what Alicia taught you, and you're going to build that course. And that's when I went to one of the tools you taught us. Thank you, Andy. And I built that course and sold it.
Good job, good job, good job. I wanted her to share that because now it's about implementation. It's about taking action. You've got the foundation, now it's about taking action. Does anybody have any questions? Get to the mic if you have any questions, and we'll take a few questions. First question. Is that good, Andy? Okay, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Is it on?
It is.
My name is Dr. David Walker, and I'm going to give my sizzle statement. I empower aspiring leaders to unleash the champion's mind so that they can develop effective success strategies and increase results.
Love it.
Two questions, if I may. One is, if I have a skeleton of my book, which means the chapter titles
Sure.
already,
Yep.
can I just drop that into the
Absolutely.
ChatGPT, and then it'll sort of fill in the space, right?
Right. Always start off with training it. You're still going to train it first, so it knows who you are, who it's writing for. And then you actually tell ChatGPT that what you started it, and now I want you to flesh it out and complete it for me, and it will. So the answer is yes, absolutely.
And the second question, I saw a link to Canva.
Canva.
Canva on
Yeah.
there somewhere. Obviously, you do Canva through the ChatGPT, or can you do it through the regular Canva?
I do it through the regular Canva. Canva does have a plugin now in ChatGPT, but it just really pulls out examples for you, and you still have to go to Canva to edit it. Okay. But Canva now has so many new AI tools. Less than a week ago, they came out with 10 more AI tools. So Canva is where you go to design your book cover and those type of things that you need to get your book completed.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Over here.
Good morning. I'm Desmond Brown. I'm the Small Business Director for the Office of Personnel Management. I help minority and women-owned small business strategically position themselves to win federal contracts so they can create financial longevity. So I have more of a comment than a question.
Sure.
In doing this for 22 years, I think I have reviewed over 30,000 proposals from minority and women-owned small businesses, and the majority of them are not up to par.
Right.
And with $463 billion that the federal government awarded last year, African Americans have only received less than 2% of that.
Wow.
And mainly because of the fact that their proposals are just not worthwhile reviewing. Now with this new tool, I mean, it just kind of leverages the whole game now, so that if you ever had a fear of trying to do business with the federal government, and you didn't have the expertise, because most people are technically good at what they do,
right.
but they don't have the expertise to actually write the proposal.
Correct.
Now this gives them a leg up now, more so than some of the veteran contractors that are actually working to compete fairly now and actually win contracts. So I just want to say thank you for
love
sharing that tool.
I love it.
Because it gives me an extra tool now that I can now share with individuals that are having a hard time, like knocking their head up against the wall, like, I don't know why I can't win. And you can't win because, as Malcolm X said, if you want to hide it in a book. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Make sure before you leave that we talk, because I love what you're doing. And here's the thing with what my sister and I have been doing with more proposals and grants, is that before we wouldn't even apply. I mean, the process of going through 108 pages, my brain doesn't even want to look at it. It would take me 4 to 5 days to write a summary for my team. I had a girl that helped me with it. She would give me things back at 11:52 p.m. when it's due at midnight. You know, it's just too stressful to do. But now with ChatGPT, we've turned them in days early. Right? Days early. And so it's important to understand the style and tone, and you can go to ChatGPT after, let's say that it has answered all the questions for you. Put it back in and then ask ChatGPT, how else, this is what I call digging deeper. Whenever ChatGPT gives you something, dig deeper with it. And you will say, how else can we frame these questions so I am guaranteed to win? And it will tell you, if you have any certifications, put them in now. What are you certified in? It actually, in a proposal I was working on with someone, it was for a cleaning contract, a janitorial service. It said, make sure that they get ISO 9001 certified. They can also get these 2 certifications real quick online to make them look better. Like it told me what to do to make them stand out. And so now when I went back and said, okay, we'll do this and this, incorporate it into the question, it says, we follow the standards of the Janitorial Services of America, 10123, Section 4, whatever. I was like, that sounds so good, right? And so then I said, give me instructions on how to make sure that we can apply for that and get it before the grant is due. And it gave me step-by-step instructions, what page to go to, how to apply, how much it costs, how long the process is. I mean, game-changing. Thank you so much. Game-changing. Andy, I know the time is out. Do we have more time, or do you want to? Sure, go ahead and take 2 more. 2 more, okay.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Alicia, thank you so much for this amazing presentation. It is fascinating. My name is Cynthia Graham. I am a trained journalist, writer, editor, so I'm from that school,
yes.
Right? And so, of course, ChatGPT has come in and interrupted the industry. I would like to know, as a trained writer, you know,
yes.
Professional writer, you always have to cite your sources, you always have to give attribution. How does that work? And for those of you in academia, you know, you have to cite your sources, you gotta
yes.
put that out there. How does it work with ChatGPT? Because I've been reading up on it, and I've seen some people, some thoughts. Yeah, okay.
So if you're doing this type, then you're not going to ChatGPT, you're using Perplexity first. Perplexity will cite and pull in academic research papers. You can tell it, I only want you to cite and pull in sources that are published academic papers, and it will give you, you know, it'll pull in, let's say, 22 different sources, and then it will give you the, what do you call that when it says 1, 2, 3, 4 and links to the source? The footnotes, yes. It'll give you the footnotes at the end of each sentence so that you can see where it came from. You click on the footnote, it opens up that academic research paper, that article on the internet, and now you're writing and what you're putting together, you know exactly where it's back from and have all the footnotes.
Thank you, and just
yes.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Academia, right.
Yeah.
But like just as a writer doing like
sure.
a blog post
sure.
or some type of creative writing, and you've
sure.
used the power of ChatGPT to help generate the content, do you give some type of little attribution that this was generated through with help from Chatty?
Right.
How do you, just as a creative sure. writer, blogger, etc., do that?
Sure. So I never do that because ChatGPT is my ghostwriter writing for me as me, and I don't ever give attribution to ghostwriters. I've had plenty of them in the past. But, so I say that to say what Lamar loves to say, it depends. Did I say that as Lamar? Like, it depends. Okay. So it depends. But what you can do, what I have done is I put in an article written by ChatGPT, and then I put it into Perplexity and ask Perplexity to rewrite it for me and to find that content in a fashion in a manner that that I can give attribution to a source. So what it will do, it won't be the exact same article, but it will give you back the article with a bunch of footnotes on it. So again, if that's the industry that you're in, then go to Perplexity, because it will be your best friend. So it does academic papers, but it will search the whole internet for different, if you're writing a health article, you're going to notice a whole lot of NIH, and so it just depends on what you're writing for, and it pulls that in for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And last question.
I'm so overwhelmed right now. I am the president of DAR Public Relations. I bring you 40 years of experience in marketing public relations, and I am a government contractor.
Okay.
Oh my
I
God.
love it.
I have won many, many, many government contracts, and I have
Congratulations.
all of these proposals that I've saved from year to year. I have some I won, and God knows how many I did not win. But how can this AI help me to pull all this together? Because I got 40 years of experience that I now need to be able to put in AI to
Right.
really sell my story.
So is the goal to get more clients into your business? Yes. So what I like to say to all businesses is look how you can incorporate AI into your business. So now she can be a public relations firm, and she's also an AI expert, or bringing AI tools into her business. There's two ways. One, I'm finding that more and more clients like to work with people who are using AI. Was that true at the beginning of the year? No, they were afraid of it. Is it true now? Yes. And is it getting more and more like that? I see the top companies around the world are all looking for and hiring AI people. So now in your PR company, if you say, we get you the best results because we are using AI, people are like, what? You know? And so you're going to have that as a benefit. The second thing is, I'm sure, do you write press releases for your clients? And
absolutely.
I'm sure you have your style that you like your
Yes,
press releases
yes.
to be created in. So here's the tool that I like to tell businesses, put AI tools in your business. This is the one that I use to put AI tools in my business. It's called formwise.ai, F-O-R-M-wise.ai. And here's what Formwise does. So I will tell, and I've done it for press releases, so my press releases are now written by this AI tool, or helped with this AI tool. So you will tell, let me try to keep it as simple as possible. So basically what Formwise is, think of it as a form, like a Google form or a survey, and it's asking questions, and you're filling in the questions. And then on the back end, it's using GPT, so it's not going to ChatGPT, but it's using that engine to generate the press release and give it the output. So there's a few ways you can use it. So you can use it internally so that just your team is using that, but you can also send a form to your clients. And so now you're gonna send the form to Coach Cass, who wants a press release written about her workshop, and you're gonna say, fill in these questions for me, Cass. So she fills in all the questions, and then at the end it says, thanks, we'll be in touch. But GPT has already written the press release for you. So don't give it back to her right away, wait 3 days, right, before you hand it back to her. But in the back end, the press release is already done. So I'll give you an example. I was working with a publishing company, and it took about 35 hours a week for this lady to write author bios and author book descriptions. Takes some time to write them. So what I did when I came in to help the business is I created a form for the bio and the book description, and what she does is she sends the form to the author saying, we will prepare your bio once you answer these questions. She said they always sent them a questionnaire. But now the questionnaire does all of the work, and she logs in and downloads the author bio. She logs in and downloads the author description. So her 35 hours a week are now down to 2 or 3. She has to send the email, download in the back end, and then upload it to the next person who takes it from there. So you're gonna look at how you can incorporate AI into your business. For all of you, look at the things in your business that takes up the most time, and you ask yourself, how can I AI that? There's an AI tool for that. How can I AI that? Right?
And in closing, one last part. Does it transcribe charts and graphs?
Yeah. So you have to use the advanced data analysis in GPT-4, and it will create, so for the proposals we do, it will create our Gantt charts for us, it will create our tables and our timelines for us. So what I recommend is when you go there, you go to advanced data analysis and you put in, this is my data, how can you best represent it in a visual format? And it will tell you, you could do a box chart, a Gantt chart, You could put it in a table format, and so then I pick one of them and it will put it in that format. And then I copy and paste it into my beautiful proposals, and it looks so good. Because in these proposals that you're writing, they love visual elements. If you can put in a Gantt chart, you're winning. And ChatGPT can create the Gantt chart for you with your data, your information that you give it. Is that helpful?
Fabulous. I won't be sleeping for the next 2 weeks.
And thank you so much. And for all of the new mastermind members, the ChatGPT Made Easy book is at the back table for you, and it really digs into how you can use ChatGPT in your business. It digs into copywriting frameworks and so much of that. So if you're a new mastermind member, it's at the back of the table, and if you're signing up today, you'll see it for the new mastermind members. The current mastermind members, I will get it to you. You want to take that one? Go ahead, go for it. So I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. I enjoyed being here so much. Leverage AI all the way to the bank. Thank you. Thank you.
I love my life. I love my life.